Georgina from Cambridge. Georgina, good evening.
Oh, hello, good evening. Thank you for taking my call. So I have a claim currently in the tribunal. What I'll do is I'll give you some background around my claim so that you can understand, because it's quite complicated. Essentially, I was employed as an agency social worker for a local authority, and during that period of time, I became pregnant. I was in the local authority for around 10 months. Most of my cases had wrapped up. However, a few cases were needed to be heard postpartum. And because I'd written the reports, I had to go to court and give evidence on them. My son was born 2 weeks late. So one of the court cases were heard when my son was 2 weeks old. So as agreed, because I wrote the report, I attended court. But my son was cluster feeding, and so what I had planned to do, because I couldn't have gotten to court, attend the hearing and gotten home before his feed, I had my 19-year-old daughter accompany me. So if he was hungry, I could quickly feed him, and then she could take him away, so he never needed to be anywhere near the courtroom as such. What happened was we got to the court, and he was hungry, so I took him into the public area of the court building and waited for a room to become available to quickly feed him so that she could whip him away. While I was sat there, one of the advocates came out and I notified them that I was obviously available for the hearing, at which point the barrister said, I'm no longer needed, and actually I could just be available on the phone, which was fine.
Georgina, I'm just going to ask you to pause 1 second. This is entirely my fault. At the beginning of the show, I didn't go through the 3 rules of the legal hour, but rule number 1 is get straight to the point. Only because there's a lot of people who are waiting to call in. So can you just get straight to your question?
So essentially, I fed my baby in the public area of the building, and subsequently, because of that, I got a new job after returning from maternity leave, and they tried to stop my appointment based on the fact that I had taken my child to court, and subsequently I did a subject access request. So I have all the emails where they were calling me inappropriate, I should have fed my baby elsewhere, and all of these bits and pieces. The issue is because
who is they? Are you talking about the local authority?
So my senior managers.
Yeah.
I've got all of the emails where they were doing all of that. Now, because I was an agency worker, when I went back and applied for a new position in a different department, I was appointed as a manager. The problem is that they then tried to have my appointment withdrawn based on feedback from this court appearance. And I have all of that in emails and whatnot. And since being re-employed by the local authority, I've been bullied and harassed on the basis of that.
Okay, so what's your question for me, Georgina?
So my point is where do I stand legally with that?
Did you say you've already got a claim in?
Yeah, so I've gotten a claim in.
When's it due to be heard?
The 23rd of October.
Oh, so very soon. Is it listed for 1 day or longer?
It's 1 day.
Right, and this is the full trial, or is it a preliminary hearing?
No, so this is a preliminary hearing.
Okay. So I'm so sorry. So your question is, will you win the claim?
Is it possible for me to get it past the initial stages?
Yes. I mean, this sounds like classic harassment. Agency workers are protected by discrimination law. So if you're being harassed because you're breastfeeding, which is a uniquely female condition and hence sex discrimination, if you're harassed because of breastfeeding, then you have a good claim for sexual harassment. If you've not lost your job, you've suffered no financial loss, which means your compensation is limited to injury to feelings. And depending on how long the bullying and harassment was going on, and I get the impression we're talking about months rather than years.
No, it started December 23, and it's continued. The last incident of bullying happened on the 15th of July.
Okay, so a couple of years.
Yeah, a long time.
You could be looking at £20,000, as much as that, for injury to feelings.
Okay.
Georgina, good luck. You'll probably find that the judge on the 23rd of October is super friendly, because most judges are very, very friendly if somebody is unrepresented. And I think you'll do really well, because you're clearly very, very articulate and passionate about that. Georgina, thank you so much for the call. Good luck.